Everybody there, welcome into fourth quarter live. Felger and Wiggy here. Got you covered as the Pats lead 24-10 with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Wiggy, I can't believe this is a ball game.
Turnovers, man. Like, you got a drive in the possession in the fringe, and you turn the ball over with these. First, you had the damn Chris Hogan drop, which was an interception.
Touchdown.
And then the fumble that they called. Oh, God.
So,
I didn't mean to cut you off. It was almost like when they got up 24-3, it's like they got comfortable. Like that they felt like they can just roll this team.
Okay, 86, I'm going to assume is a tight end. Absolutely came up out of the tight end position down the seam there, Wiggy. And as usual, I might be a step or two ahead of you here on TV. But either way, tight ends, Ebron and this 86 now for the touchdown, once again killing the Patriots. They have trouble with backs and tight ends.
Well, Ebron, I think the touchdown that they scored when he ran the corner out against McCourty, that to me was just bad coverage. I mean, he didn't give him no stick at the top of the route. He just basically ran a banana route. Devin's got to be in better position than that one.
Okay, how about this one just now?
You got to carry the seam. You can't let the guy get up the seam on you. And they're in a two tight end. They're in a wing position. You got to be able to carry that. Like 86 I haven't even seen him play the whole game. I mean, that might have been his first snap I seen him play.
Both on Devin McCourty.
Yeah, he's struggling in the. He's definitely struggling in pass defense. Coverage man to man. I don't know what the problem is. Like he's a half step behind.
Okay, Wiggy, what else you see in this game so far?
The turnovers, man. The turnovers are killing them. They're turning the ball over when they're, inside Indianapolis' 30-yard line. You see the drive, like I said, the drive that they were driving, Hogan drops the ball right in his hand, boom, interception. Because you're in that position, I think you could see that they can move the football, and then the Gronkowski fumble. They didn't call it an interception. But the Gronkowski fumble, where was that at? That was on like the inside the 20-yard line?
Exactly, yeah. Down inside the 5, I think.
Right. I mean, so you're looking at it like this, man. I mean, that's at least with Gronkowski coming away with 3 more points. Well, let's say 7, that's, that, and who knows what you're coming away with on the Chris Hogan drop that ultimately turned into an interception. That's at least 10 points you left out on the table.
Okay, folks, for you out there, you can join us on your smartphone via video by hitting the fan line in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, or join us on the chat, which I can see right here. So we've gotten a couple on Josh Gordon. Where's Josh Gordon? Doesn't he play for the team? Anthony says, thoughts on Josh Gordon? I see Brady threw to him once. I don't know how many targets he has totally, but I saw Brady chuck it once at his feet, and that's about it.
Yeah, he's been out there because Dorsett left the game a little bit, like he looked like he got banged up, and then you see Gordon out there. So he's been out there. Brady just hasn't looked his way. He did throw the one time. I think Brady was looking at him like for a back shoulder, but you could see Josh didn't really know if he should run a go route or a back shoulder throw, and then Brady just kind of threw it late and low. So, I mean, it's still going to take time with him. I do like the fact that they're moving the ball well. They're moving the ball well. I mean, when you look at it with James White, with Edelman, they are moving. Even with Gronkowski, they are moving the ball well. They're shooting themselves in the foot with these turnovers.
Josh says Hogan is definitely out of the circle of trust. Is that kind of interception, that kind of mistake? I mean, you've been in the huddle with Brady. You've been there with Brady. You make a mistake like that, does he
come back?
Does he shut you out?
No, I mean, I don't think not to feel like Hogan. I don't think so. I think when you look at that, I mean, he's obviously going to be upset about that because he gave him a great ball. But I don't think he's out of the circle of trust. I mean, you got to think about it. He can't kick everybody out. He's got to be able to throw it to somebody.
Andrew and Lowell joins us on the fan line. He's up next. Again, folks, you can just join us, treat it like a talk radio show, react in real time, whatever you want to talk about. Fan line's the upper right-hand corner.
Right there. Did you see the replay of the touchdown that they just showed? Like,
yeah,
McCourty squatting on him at like 10, 11 yards, and the guy's just running a post in front of him. You got to come up and make that play.
Andrew?
Well, so I'm really surprised the Patriots this week didn't rest Gronk. If I'm remembering correctly, it was a few years ago where they played the Bucs, right? And they rested him on that Thursday night game. And I feel like you just, with his ankle this week, you kind of want to give him that extra 11 days or whatever it is. I'm kind of glad Cordell Patterson's not being a bum this week. He was really bumming me out last week. And what else am I doing from? Oh, Sony Michel's not really impressing me this week.
Okay,
what the second week in a row? He's last week he was great. This week it's just kind of like, great, Gronk is blocking you. Like, I could probably run through that hole, and I'm 305 pounds.
Andrew, thanks for checking in. Wiggy, Gronk playing this week. What do you see from him?
I mean, you could tell that the ankle's still bothering him, but he's made some plays. I mean, you know, you think about it. He made a couple big third down catches. He's made some plays. I mean, you know that the guy's hurt. But the Sony Michel thing, I mean, the kid's picking up some yards. You could tell that they're. Listen, I don't mind what they're doing with Sony Michel. I don't need you to give him 25 carries a game, but if you sprinkle him in with James White, I'm cool with that. As long as he's, you know, he just had a nice little run right there. If you can get me 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, I'll take that. I mean, that's a.
So turns out I was a few plays behind you on the DVR. That Josh Gordon in cut, you know, I think they're going really slow with Gordon. It's obviously he's really still limited, but I do like that he goes over the middle. I like receivers, Wiggy, that are willing to go into that wash and, you know, take the shot and still catch the ball and all of that. And I feel like he, you know, even in the short little sample we've gotten, he's doing that.
He's fine. I think what you're going to see with him is baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. You could tell that the offense is completely different with Edelman because Brady has that guy he can get it to on first down and get you about 4 or 5 yards. James White, they're using him in a wide variety of ways. It's just the thing that's killing them is the turnovers. You know, they get a turnover on defense with, 50 seconds to go in the second half, and you can't parlay that into a touchdown with 3 timeouts.
Wiggy, James White, do you worry about they just threw a little swing pass there to James White, and I feel like it's coming back here, penalty on the Patriots.
Like it's going to be holding, maybe.
Do you worry that they're using White too much, pounding him, danger of grinding him out?
No, because when you look at the way they use him, they don't like grind them in the running game. You know, he catches a lot of balls out of the backfield, so he's able to make guys miss in the open field. And the thing that you see with him is that, you know, he's got a bunch of catches in this game, and you could probably see him next week maybe not having as many catches. But I don't mind it. I like what they do with James White. I like that Brady has confidence. And when you have Edelman back and you have Gronkowski, what you end up happening is you have him versus a linebacker, and he's going to win that battle 9 out of 10 times.
Okay. What was that? Was there just a late hit on
No,
Indy?
it was penalties on both teams.
Okay. They brought it back.
There's go. He went right back to Hogan. I mean, you're not really out of the circle with Brady. He's definitely going to be, you know, if you do it consistently, then you'll get out of the circle. But he's not just going to kick you out after one bad play that leads to a turnover or something to that effect.
Anthony Giuliano asks on our comments, is Andrew Luck's shoulder still bothering him? He doesn't have quite the zip that he used to have, but I think he's close to being back to where he was. I like Andrew Luck. I'm telling you, Wiggy, if Andrew Luck were on a good team, he'd be considered one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He really would.
He throws the ball funny though now. For some reason.
Nice move by Edelman there.
Hey, Felga, catch up. You're late. Your TV's on a delay.
TV's not. It's showing live. I just had Edelman breaking that tackle. Am I going to play behind you?
You're a little bit behind. But the thing about Luck that I noticed, it doesn't seem like it looks like his delivery is like it looks slow. Like it looks really slow. I don't know if he changed up his delivery or his mechanics, but it looks really like slow. There was a couple passes I thought the Pats had an opportunity to intercept. Come on.
I just think he.
Come on, all this time, find somebody. There you go, Josh Gordon. There you go. Catch up, Felga.
Oh, there he is.
Catch up.
Keep him out the club tonight, Wiggy. Make sure he stays home, all right?
Hey, see what Brady did? Threw it up in between 2 defenders. When you're that big, 6'4", you got to go upstairs and make a play.
So that's something Brady hasn't had. Just chuck it up to a guy like that.
But you got to have a guy that can go up and high point the ball, make a play on the ball, who's a big enough target. You know, I mean, he's only been running slants and stuff. I like the fact that he's able to And, Brady just throws it up there. I like that. I mean, that's what you're going to need. But Brady had a ton of time. There you go.
There you go. Big play.
That's what you want. Hey, like you said, you're looking for somebody who catch the ball in a crowd. You got to be able to make those plays.
Billy says he's still not worth the trouble. If he works out, it's worth the trouble. I mean, if he produces for you and stays on the field every week, it's worth the trouble. Of course it's worth the trouble. It's just, is he going to make it? That's the question.
But that's, the $1 million question that you got to, hey, listen, somebody was going to give this guy an opportunity, and whether or not he makes it, he's going to have to, I think ultimately he knows this is his last chance. So why not take advantage of it with the Pats? Because you're gonna have an opportunity playing with Brady. You'll put yourself right back in the position where you can make a ton of money.
Wiggy, Marcus asked me, does Edelman look the same to you? He looks the same to me. I'll ask you. To me, the play that I really was impressed with was there was a punt return that was brought back on a penalty, but it was a middle punt return where he juked a couple guys and I thought cut really well, really sharply. And that was an encouraging play to me. He obviously had a big drop, so, he's probably a little rusty, but that one little punt return showed me something that I wasn't quite expecting.
Yeah, I think he looks good. For this to be his first game out, he doesn't look as rusty as I thought he was going to look. The thing that I like about it, what it does for the offense, and that you could see, is on first down, he has, hey, just get to a spot. Brady has faith in him. Boom, gets the ball out. Now you're looking at 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. And that changes how Josh calls the plays. And Brady has that confidence in him, in Edelman, to do that. And I think that's what he gives you on this team. Now, these 3rd and 4 plays, he knows he can go to Edelman. So it gives you that inside presence that can win those short to intermediate routes.
Wiggy, what was I going to say? Wolfgang says Gronk not wearing his knee brace in the second half. Have you noticed that? Or not wearing brace? Does he mean arm brace? Does he take off all that arm stuff?
You got to be talking about his arm brace because he never wears a knee brace.
Right. So he took off all that RoboCop arm stuff, huh?
No, he's still got it on. He's on the left side of your screen. He's got it on his left arm.
I wonder what Wolfgang's talking about there. Let's grab another caller on the fan line. Luke in Vermont. Green Mountain Luke joins us. Green Mountain Luke, a huge Celtics guy. Kyrie Irving said he's re-signing with the Celtics today. Big Celtics news. The Green Teamers have their pants off.
Right.
Luke, what do you got?
Pretty awesome about Kyrie. Well, I was going to go with Edelman. I just think he opens everything up, even for a guy like Gronk. You see that seam pass a little bit more available tonight, and it just seems to make everybody better, including Brady. He's got those 2 turnovers tonight, but this is Brady's best game of the year. I think he's looked really sharp. Do you guys just talk about Edelman's impact on the whole offense, what it really does for even Brady and the guys around him?
All right, Luke, thanks. To me, Wiggy, I don't know if Edelman's is going to be the same or is the same. It's going to be hard. 32, no steroids, knee injury. I don't know if he's going to be the exact same guy, but something's better than nothing. What stuns me is that they had no backup at that position. They had no second guy ready to go. And not that you could duplicate Edelman, but they've been operating pretty much without a real slot receiver. So anything they get from Edelman is a huge advantage.
Right. And the thing, yes.
What the hell is that?
Another pick. That's your boy. Oh, he didn't catch it.
He dropped it.
The thing about Edelman is this, right? It's like when you say, what do you get from Edelman? What I need from Edelman is this. Get open on, first down. Get me 4, 5, 6 yards. And if you can make a guy miss, run after catch, and maybe he doesn't have that, he's going to make 2, 3 guys miss. But if he can make one guy miss like we saw early in the game, he caught, I think, maybe 5 yards and turned it into like a 9, 10-yard play, I'll take that from him. Because what that does is it puts you in second and short and shorter distances where you're able to, if you're Josh McDaniels, call some plays. See, that's what you can't do. You can't give that up. I know they're playing the soft coverage, but
that was a good throw. Bill, I want to address Bill, who has a question. Says, can we all shut up with the Josh Gordon hate now? Which I think, Bill, he says, can everyone pipe down with the Josh Gordon hate now? I think that is so asinine, Bill. Like what? So wait a minute. You signed that guy. You gave him some money. You took this chance so he could catch 1 touchdown and playing 2 games? That's it? So it's over? That's That's fucking stupid, Bill.
What?
No, hold on. Just let me answer that. The thing is, he's got to be healthy on the field, sober, and productive into the playoffs, and then you can say that it works. But because he plays in a couple regular season games and catches his first touchdown pass, all of a sudden you have to pipe down? Yeah. Why do Patriots fans do that? That's just so fucking asinine. Nothing has been proven. Nothing. I mean, you have no idea what Josh Gordon's going to do.
Yeah, but how do you – but see, this is the thing. You need to pipe down. People like you need to pipe down. How do you know this guy's going to do something negative? It's like, oh, show me. Well, he's been here.
How do I know? Hold on. What track record do you have more evidence of? There's 10 times Wiggy. There is 10 times more evidence.
I don't give a shit about that. He's been here, what, 4 weeks? We're talking.
You know what?
How long has he been here? He's been here for 4 weeks.
This is why people hate Patriots fans. Because it's just asinine. It's just asinine. So he cut to the touchdown pass, and you all have to shut up about Josh Gordon.
Hate before
1 game
and idiots.
So ridiculous.
So it's not about 1 game. He's been here 4 weeks or so, and he hasn't done anything off the field that warrants negativity in the sense like, hey, every week it's got to be a show me week. And for you to go back on, what he did back in 2011, 2013, 2000 and this, 2000 that, blah, blah, that makes no sense. They judge him on what he's been doing.
Judge him on the 2 weeks he's been here versus the 10 years he's been in the league.
Yes.
Moronic Patriot logic. But there you go.
It's no different.
Where's Chatham? You and Chatham should go to a little circle jerk. And you can all jerk each other off to your nonsense.
People are right. Everybody who's talking shit about him is hating on the fact of what this guy is. Granted, has he had some issues in the past? Yeah. But
a few. Yeah, just a few.
But I'm talking about
no, hold on. He's been here 10 days and caught 1 touchdown, but all of a sudden, it's over. Good job, Patriots fans.
But this is the one thing that makes you hate is such buffoons, because you'll go interception, go make a house call, Jonathan. What you'll say is this. He's got to prove himself. He's this, he's that. He got to prove. Well, show me that he could stay off the drugs. He could do this, he could do that. That's what the guy's doing. Until he does something wrong, he's been in a position where he's done right since he's been here.
Okay, Wiggy, shush. We've covered the topic. Okay. Matthew and Framingham is next. So if a Patriot does one thing right, one play, we all have to shut up about him. But if he does something wrong, you have to give him time. Do you understand the ground rules, everybody?
We got to do what you say. Show me that you've been good for 2 years before I.
No. You got it. If you do one right thing, you can jump to the conclusion that he's a good signing. But if he doesn't, you've got to wait and give him time. Matthew, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like it's too early to say it was
Wiggy, shush.
Signing, but what I will say is that ball he did what other Patriot wide receivers weren't doing. He went up for that ball. He didn't wait for it to come to him like Dorsett. And they said that you guys said that Brady had 2 interceptions. I think it's 1. I think the other one they ruled a fumble for.
Yes, Sony Michel.
Okay, there it is. 1 run. It's over. Sony Michel, it's over. You can draw a conclusion on one play as long as it's positive, not if it's negative. Go ahead.
Left finger Matt tell you he sucks.
Go ahead.
But this is a depleted Colts team. We have to remember that. Let's not get ahead of it. This is great. I'm loving it. But, on offense, defense, all the picks we're getting, all the touchdowns, everyone's scoring. This is a depleted, sorry-ass Colts team. They look great. They should beat on them like this. But
they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You made a great point. They should beat on them like the way they're beating on them. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Let me say something. The problem with idiots like Felger and all the fucking haters out here is they always look for an excuse. So they'll be like, this team sucks. They're supposed to do that. Then if it's Kansas City next week and they beat Kansas City.
That's what I was about to say.
No. But what they'll do is they'll find a problem with Kansas City. It's Andy Reid. He's an idiot. It's this. It's that. The problem is just give them the credit.
if we beat Kansas City, nobody can make any excuses on that.
Oh,
Hey,
you see this guy right here? You see that guy right there? We're holding his glass, looking like the damn Casper the Friendly Ghost. He'll make up an excuse if they beat Kansas City. He'll be, Patrick Mahomes, he's a young quarterback. Andy Reid sucks as the coach. It'll be a whole bunch of bullshit. The same way he's doing with Josh Gordon, where it's like, hey, Josh Gordon's got to show me 10 years of being on the straight and narrow before I'm going to say, okay, this worked out.
You could just be a moronic Patriot fan and have the guy make one play and go, see? That's great. No, you guys are great. You guys are great. Yeah. Make one play after 10 years of being the most suspended guy in pro sports. Would you shut up and let me finish one thing?
Oh, my God.
You know, thanks for calling in, Matt. After 10 years of being the most suspended player in, pro sports history, makes one play, and it's like, see? It's like,
that's your you got to use that narrative. You use that all the time. Show me more than one play. Oh, he's one play. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You got to change that narrative, dude. Listen, he's been here for however many weeks. All we can do is base him on what he's done since he's been here. When he's been called upon, he's made plays. Has he had an issue off the field? No. So until then, I'm basing it week by week. That's how I'm judging Josh Gordon. I'm not doing like you. It's like a guy who comes out of prison. Hey, listen, he's out. He's rehabilitated. I'm judging him based on his behavior.
No, you're judging him because he's a Patriot. And as a Patriot fan, you have like half a brain. Bill is on the fan line from New Jersey. Go ahead, Bill. What do you got? And again, you can join us out there on the fan line, upper right-hand corner of your screen. What do you got, Bill?
Gordon, isn't the fact that just after one play that you need to pipe down. It's just the fact that he does something that no other Patriots receiver can do. And he is a legit wide receiver in the NFL. He's not like Julian Edelman converted into a wide receiver. He's not like Chris, a former lacrosse player. He is a legit wide receiver in the NFL. And we saw it on that one play, what his skill set brings to the Patriots offense. So we can hate on him all he wants. He's been here for not even 3 full weeks yet. Same thing with Sony Michel. He missed all of training camp. He's a rookie playing in the NFL. You have to give these guys time. And when they do look good on one play, it should be celebrated for the limited action they've seen in this offense. We can't just expect everyone to immediately be an all-pro, but when they do have good plays, absolutely, that should be celebrated.
So, but yeah,
that's not his narrative. You gotta be here 10 years, and you gotta be a model citizen, and you gotta be Tom Brady before he gives anybody any credit. Sony Michel, he sucks. It's just the Colts defense. It's not. Hey, you know what? If you put Felger in the Pats uniform, he could run through the holes. That's what they'll tell you.
Well, that was a giant hole that he scored on. I mean, it was a big hole. What do you want? That was a pretty nice stiff arm, but the hole was about 7 yards wide. I mean, what? You telling me that was a little hole?
You can't win with him.
But that was a giant. Wait, was that knife? Do you have eyes? I mean,
I watched it.
How big was the hole?
But listen, he did what he's supposed to do.
But it was a giant. So wait a minute. I now have to turn that into a little hole to make him sound better?
No, but Sony Michel has been running good tonight. He's been getting through holes. He's been making guys miss. He's been breaking tackles. He's been
okay. He's been okay, but that hole. So wait a minute. So now I have to treat it like a little hole to make it feel better?
No, you have to treat it like a little hole.
Watching it?
No, but your thing is that, like, I'm surprised you didn't say, oh, that Josh Gordon play. I could have made that. The Colts defenders suck.
No, that was a good play.
What's the threshold? Will you give Gordon credit then? Does he have to have 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns?
No, I don't fucking play fantasy football, Bill. I don't care what his numbers are.
No.
He's got to be on the field, productive into the playoffs. I mean, why else would you get the guy?
Productive what? He just caught a 45-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, tonight counts. This is productive. Absolutely. I'm not taking anything away from him.
After he wins his 4th Super Bowl, then Fel will go.
No, I told you. He's got to be healthy, on the field, productive into the playoffs. Then it's worth it. Right? I mean, that's where you get the guy, right?
So does he get the check mark for week 5 then?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good play.
But he's going to go, he gets a check mark. But it's only week 5. Show me you can do this in week 12, 13, 14. Well, listen, when we get there.
What? Yeah, but no, but what's wrong with that, Wiggy?
what's wrong with that is it's just like how you come down on Patriots fans for going, oh, it's just one game. Why everybody riding his dick, this, that, and the other? It's the same way. Hey, listen, for this one game, give him his just due.
I do.
Give him his just due.
We're not talking about this game.
What are we talking about?
The calls that everyone piped down about Josh Gordon now, like the thing is settled, which is just so fucking asinine.
Not that it's settled, but it's as of right now, the thing is as of right now, it is working out well.
It was a good game. Here's what I know, Wiggy, and I talk to Patriots fans every day, and I get dumber every time I do it. And that is, if someone makes a good play or has a good game, it's okay to say that he's arrived and the score is settled. If you do that when someone plays poorly, you're jumping to conclusions. So it's like that, and you play into the stereotype as badly as anyone. Which is okay. Which is okay. You're a Patriot. What do you want?
The problem is that the Patriots haters like yourself, there's always an excuse that's going to be made. Oh, Josh Gordon played well, but let me see him do that in the playoffs. I'm not going to give him any credit. Give the guy credit. Give players credit when they deserve it. Stop saying, well, let's see what they do 8 weeks from now, because that's stupid.
It was a great play. No one's disputing it's a great play. The poster said it was settled. The score was settled. So we can keep talking about this for 45 minutes, you moron, or you can move on. We've sort of talked about it already. How about our shirtless guy, James in California? We have one rule: you're not allowed to show us your unit, and this guy scares us every time because
show us your wanker.
He's a little half dressed, but he hasn't whipped it out yet. James, what do you got for it this week?
I just want to say I'm not really sold on this team yet because they've beaten 2 bad teams in a row. But if they beat the Chiefs, then I'll for sure be sold.
Sold how? Like, what do you mean? Sold in terms of being what?
I think they're a contender then. I think they can win a Super Bowl. Right now, I think they'll go like 11-5, losing the divisional round.
I think they're definitely a contender, whether they win this game or next week or not. I mean, there's enough bad
contender for like a playoff spot, but for a legit Super Bowl, if they beat KC, then I'll be sold.
Wait a second. Listen, KC is a good team, but they should have lost to Denver. So if you got to take a team for what they are at the time that we see them play.
Agreed.
KC team, I'm not taking nothing away from them, but Denver should have won that game. If it wasn't for that stupid referee blowing the delay of game, Denver wins that game. You got the pass.
I want to see this defense against that Kansas City offense. I just want to see how they'll hold up.
Hey, listen, they held up. And granted, it's the Colts team. The offense is not that good, but you do what you're supposed to do. Now your test will be next week in KC. And when KC comes in, and if the defense doesn't do what they're supposed to do, we'll judge them on that. If they do what they're supposed to do, we'll judge them on what they do that day.
Okay, that's shirtless James from California. Thanks, James. Don't be a stranger.
Who's going to challenge the Pats in the AFC now once they get things rolling?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a strong conference, and someone always emerges who you really can't see. So it's sort of hard to predict. But I think Jacksonville's a decent team. They look good at home, formidable. They seem to match up well against you. Kansas City, I'm not buying on yet because they got Andy Reid team to always get off to a good start. I don't know. So I can't tell you exactly who that team's going to be. Someone's going to emerge. And if you're home, you'll probably win. You'll probably go to the Super Bowl. If you're playing road playoff games, I don't know. Your track record there isn't so great. So, long way to go. But they're definitely going to contend. They're contending right now. I mean, they're a top 5 team. And there's going to be enough shit that comes into Gillette Stadium that they'll just be able to wipe up on. That, they're going to get double-digit wins, probably be a bye team, and be in that AFC title game.
I think I said this to you when I was on your show back in the day. Andrew Luck sucks.
Oh,
he blows.
We just talked about him before. You didn't say that before. Why are you saying it right now?
Then I say I always said he sucks. I think Andrew Luck was the most hype, and he had one good season. Because we used to battle all the time because Maz's big thing was, hey, Mike, I'll trade Andrew Luck for 10 years of, 4 years or 5 years with Brady, some bullshit like that. And I've said that before. The same way I've said before that, listen, Aaron Rodgers is a really good quarterback, but he's overrated.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good. I think if he were on a good team and a good coaching, he'd be one of the elite quarterbacks in the league.
That Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
Still making the same mistakes. I don't care what team he's playing on. He's still making the same mistakes. He's still throwing balls in a triple coverage. That has nothing to do with the team he's on.
He sure does. I think he has to. I think he presses to make big plays because his team's behind like this. He's got to score a lot of points. He has no one around him. So he's got to take chances. But we can agree to disagree. I think if he had good coaching and a good team, he'd be a great quarterback. He'd be considered a great quarterback. You know, the shoulder injury, the thing I knock him for is he hurt his shoulder snowboarding. Like, you fucking idiot. You know, that's the one that I look at him for. You know, we had thought that he had gotten hurt and he had just taken that beating because his offensive line stunk. And for the reasons I just said, he had surrounded by a bad cast. But no, turns out he wanted to go snowboarding. And so that's on him. That's the big thing I knock him for. How about Connor in Chicago? He's going to join us on the fan line as well. If you've been waiting, sorry, we get sort of caught up here in the wash. Connor in Chicago joins us next on the fan line with Wiggy there. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody cares what Josh Gordon does in this game. I actually would argue that the more success that he has in today and in regular season games, the bigger liability that he is, because all it takes is one exciting night. Because the Patriots are going to make the playoffs with or without Josh Gordon, but can he make it to the end of the season without blowing it on one big night or something when he goes out and does whatever? So
ask Wiggy. He's sold. All Wiggy needs is one catch, and he's sold. That's what Patriots fans.
I said no. What I said is this. This is the thing. Is what I said. And Felger's an idiot because he wasn't listening. I said all we can do is judge Josh Gordon on what he's doing right now.
And Wiggy, that's where you're wrong. Don't judge him on what he's doing right now. You wait and see, because what he does right now, if he does well in the next 4 to 5 weeks and 6 weeks, and we start to rely heavily on him, and then he goes out and has one wild night and pops on a test, and then he just screws us, and then we're left holding our dicks in our hand.
Penises, yes, dicks.
So hold off on Josh Gordon. But the real reason I was calling is, do you feel like, I mean, obviously the Patriots were a clusterfuck in the offseason, but do you feel like winning tonight with Josh McDaniels not going there, does that do anything to help calm everything inside the organization, get people back on track? Hey, it was the right move for Josh not to go there.
Connor, thanks for the call. Wiggy, what do you think of all the internal stuff?
I mean, I think all the internal stuff was all taken care of before training camp started. You know, all that stuff that, whatever it was all taken care of before training camp. You know, when Alex Guerrero was on the plane and all that other stuff, it was all, here, this is what we're going to do. The Josh McDaniels with the Colts stuff, all that stuff was taken care of. That was before training camp. I don't see any issues of anything, even with Gronkowski, you know what I mean? And some of his contract stuff and things of that nature, all that stuff is behind this team.
Okay. It's hard to get you, Wiggy, just we could just get Chatham on to spout this stuff. Or, I could go to the Patriots.com.
There's nothing
Patriots Football Weekly.
But there's nothing there. You're looking for something that's not there. That's the problem that I have. There's no issue there. What issue do they have?
Well, this stuff you were spewing, makes it sound like it's all made up. It's not made up.
He asked, is this stuff going to affect them? That stuff is all in the past.
Well, how do we know if it's again, who didn't think they were going to win these games, these Miami games at home, the Colts games at home? No one is saying it's that bad. We're going to start losing to teams like this at home on Thursday night on short. Who out there said it was so bad that you were ever going to lose these games?
No.
That's not the litmus test.
You lost to Detroit.
That was bad. Yeah, that was bad. I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, so you lost to Detroit, and who'd you lose to prior to Detroit? Who they lose to?
At Jacksonville.
And they lost to Jacksonville. You had lost twice, and you lost to Detroit, and there was no issues with the team, and that was a pretty low point early in the season. And hey, there was no issues. Nothing came about during that week after Detroit. There was no issues of this. There was no griping. There was no sources were saying this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then you beat Miami. Now you beat Indianapolis.
I know, and everything's been settled, and it's the good ship lollipop. I got it. That's great. That's great analysis. Let's grab George and Lowell.
They're all in your world, Felger. They're all after the game. Brady and Belichick are in the locker room, motherfucking each other.
No, it's all good. George and Lowell, go ahead. Everything's settled. Every move they've made has worked. We all have to shut up about anything that doesn't look right, and everything's good. Hey, George, how are
you? Hey, Wiggy. Your fucking potty mouth on here, dude. It's amazing. No, so my thing is, like, when they played Jacksonville, I mean, yeah, they lost, but that was like the fucking Super Bowl for Jacksonville, and they didn't really play terrible in that game. They had a chance to win that game. And then, I mean, the Detroit game, I don't know, we'll chalk that one up to they sucked that week. But they went from being depleted when they played Jacksonville, and now it looks like they could possibly have the best offense in the AFC.
Oh, see, here we go.
You know?
So it's okay to jump to that. George, thanks for the call. So Wiggy's okay with that jump to conclusion. He's okay with that. You can make that snap judgment. So no, here's the thing. Snap judgments are fine as long as they're positive. A snap judgment that's negative, you're a clueless idiot. Again, that's Patriot logic. I got it. Go ahead.
No, he's basing it on fact, not like you said. It's fact and not fiction. He's basing it on what he sees. Offensively, against Miami and against the Colts, they look good. Granted, those teams weren't that good. But guess what? Kansas City's defense is not very good. So if they go out there and they do that next week against Kansas City, is anybody going to give them any credit? Pats fans will give them credit, but people like yourself will go, oh, it's KC's defense. They suck. That'll be it. Then do you know when they'll really get credit is when they go against Chicago, which is considered a pretty good defense. And then if they go out there and they do well, then it's going to be like, well, Chicago got no offense. It'll always be something with negative ass haters like yourself and everybody else.
So sensitive. It's unbelievable.
Get your ass back to Wisconsin.
So sensitive. How come you are so insecure? You Patriots fans or the Wiggy crew. How can you be this insecure when you're this good? It's amazing.
No, it's not that we're insecure. It's people like yourself that will say the dumbest things. You know, they'll say like the dumbest things.
This is McCourty's third touchdown, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It's fine.
No,
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but that's all right.
I mean, it counts.
No. It's only one game. I don't want to be a stupid hater. McCourty looked great tonight.
No, McCourty had a bad one.
No, but McCourty, I know. I'm going to judge him on the long sample. I'm not going to judge him on tonight. Those weren't touchdowns he gave up. Those were there was something else I must have seen.
Yeah, but what you would say is McCourty is done for the year. That would be your thing. Oh, he sucked tonight. McCourty's done.
He was great. He was great tonight.
Get him out of here. That's your narrative. He sucks. Get him out of here.
He's great. I don't want to be negative. Mike from North Andover on the fan line. You're up next with Jermaine Wiggins. Wiggy, you got to get up at 6 in the morning tomorrow? You doing the radio?
Do the radio every day, buddy.
Poor bastard. No wonder you're cranky.
I'm happy.
Go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
Holy shit. We got two McCoy. 24-point field goals would have taken the Colts tonight to get back in that game.
They would have needed a lot. Vinatieri looked a little shaky on the first one. They probably need about 7 or 8.
No, he wasn't good. That's all I got for you guys.
Okay, no, good. That's worth it. That's worth it. Yeah, I can't believe Adam missed that first field goal. He nails the 56-yarder going the other way, but he can't make the little bunny. All right, we got a minute 27 left. They're down 14 points. We're gonna stay through the onside kick. Are they gonna bring this back? I hate these reviews.
Yeah, this is coming back. They'll get it on the 1-yard line.
That's coming back.
1 foot yard. Listen, this team is gonna do what I've already like made it up in my mind. The first 4 weeks of the season, hey, it's a roll of the dice. 2-2 to 4-0. But now, from here on out, this is where they roll. They're gonna beat Kansas City. They're going to beat Chicago. They're going to beat everybody up. They're going to roll. They're going to end up at 12-4 as usual with home field advantage. They're going to roll through the postseason, and they're going to roll right into the Super Bowl. And then you'll still find a problem with them. You'll still say, well, the AFC sucks. No one really tested them. This one sucks. That one sucks. Wait till they play this one, blah, blah, blah. It'll be some type of negative BS rather than just saying, hey, this team they're good. Josh Gordon contributed, helped out all year, had no issues. Cut this guy some slack.
All right, Wiggy. Just keep him out the club for us, okay? And we'll talk to you next week. Let's shut her down, all right?
Ain't no clubs out here for him.
Hey, Wiggy, I've had enough. You've worn me out. We'll see you next week, all right? Bye.